Welcome everyone to the WEDC 2021 annual meeting. My name is Tom Pukish, President of the Wayne Economic Development Council. Thank you for joining us today, where we will be looking back on kind of a strange year, a year that a lot of people probably want to move on from, potentially forget, but I have a feeling it's going to be a year that we'll always remember, the year 2020. I appreciate everyone for tuning in today. As this meeting is going to be a little different this year, our objective will always remain the same. This is always an opportunity to reflect back on the year, celebrate the successes of the community, and there were a lot of successes in 2020, and look towards a bright future. Today you're going to hear an update, you're going to hear from some special guests, and you're going to watch what I think is a pretty cool video. So I hope you enjoyed the event today. Before we kick things off, I want to thank our sponsors for helping put this day together. I'll go in alphabetical order. AltCare, Critchfield, Huntington, MCTV, Ohio Means Jobs in collaboration with our Wayne County Commissioners, the Seaman Corporation, Jobs Ohio and Team NEO, and Worcester Community Hospital. So thank you so much for your continued support. One thing we did this year, different for our investors and our members, every time you come to the annual meeting, you pick up our annual report. So we wanted to make sure we got that into everyone's hands. So what we did is a little different. As we delivered them, some picked them up. We actually inserted them into a nice gift box. This was our way of kind of thanking our investors and our members and how much we appreciate what they do. Many of you, as I mentioned, have already picked them up. They're about delivered everywhere. However, if there are any investors out there that have not received the box, please let us know and we'll get this out to you right away. If you are logged in and you are not an investor, contact us as well, and we can change that. We'll get you signed up quickly and you'll get a nice souvenir box. So what we did with the box is we wanted to make it kind of a breakfast theme, because that's how our annual meeting always is. So what we did is, I'm going to show you a couple things. In fact, everything in this box, what we did is we either acquired it or had a Wayne County company make it. So our annual report, as you can see, if you don't get a copy of this, please let us know. This has all the statistics and talks about the 2020, which once again, there's a lot of great things that happened. Jen Hugan from Hugan Art and Design designed this for us. She does a great job every year. And Crossbridge Marketing Media out of Orville actually put this together. So great job. We have a nice notepad for you as you prepare the desk. It's got our logo on here for you. We had a pen and a mug. This was actually acquired from Worcester Color Point. They did a really nice job for us today, so that's part of the meeting. We have a nice coaster that you can sit your coffee mug on. This was actually created by Print Sweat. This is a new company. Joe Knutson just started this up, I think, in early 2020, maybe late 2019. You're going to see some great things coming from that company. And also a small bag of coffee from the J.M. Smucker Company. They do so much for us, and they're such a great partner. When they found out we were doing a breakfast theme and needed coffee, they wanted to make sure that they had their Folgers 1850 coffee in there. So thank you so much for what you do, not only for the WEDC, but for everybody in the community. And of course, what is a WEDC event without our signature cookie from Fabulous Bakery? So thank you so much. But I did also want to give a shout out to Greg Logston from BCI. Buckeye Corrugated just did a phenomenal job on creating this box for us. It's just well done, and he donated his services for that. So his team is so talented, and I want to thank them for what they did for us as well. And also Justin Starlin with Compact, they actually assembled and put all the boxes together. So I know a little bit about economic development, but when it comes to putting boxes together, that's not a skill set that I have in my repertoire. So thank you so much for everything. I think this all came together really nice. Another thing I wanted to reference is today's event. 100% of the proceeds for the ticket sales, everybody that's logged in that's paid for a ticket today, is going to be donated to our workforce development talent attraction initiatives. This is very important. As you know, Talent attraction, workforce development is a key priority of the WEDC. And it's not only a key priority for us, but for our partners. When I say the partners, the Worcester Chamber, the Orville Chamber, Ohio Means Jobs, the Wayne County Schools Career Center, they all play a major role, as well as others in workforce development initiatives. So what, not only for these initiatives, we have so many great events that we all collaborate together with. Manufacturing Day, Healthcare Day, Vital Connections. We now have a STEM camp for middle schoolers. So these are all designed to help kids really understand what career opportunities are out there for them as they start to make their way in the world. So this year, we're actually starting up it's called a production tech class with the Career Center. And this is actually a class that we had geared up for 2020, but was canceled due to COVID. So we'll be kicking this off in June, one school that's out. So what we're going to be doing is marketing to all graduating seniors and let them know of this class, because it's designed to introduce these students to the world of manufacturing. And there's just some basic skill sets they're going to learn. Workplace ethics. They're going to learn how to read basic documents such as print and production. Some basic math, computer use. And basically, they're just going to get acclimated to the manufacturing processes. And with this, as I mentioned, safety, they're going to learn about safety in the workplace. In fact, they will gain a 10-hour OSHA safety certification from this class. So once this class is finished, we're going to have companies there to meet and interview them and get them to work right away. So I'm really excited about this. I think just today alone, we're going to raise probably about $2,500, which will help these kids kind of gain entry into this class, and that way they can get started in the community. So thank you for that, because you guys really made this happen. So before I kick this off to my chair, Andrew Dix, just a quick reflection from my perspective. Once again, who would have predicted this year, 2020? We had so much momentum, so much excitement, going into the year, and then a global pandemic hits. Not only the global pandemic, but political turmoil. We had social unrest. This is a year where, once again, I think a lot of people really want to move on from. But I look at it, honestly, it's a year that I truly will remember. We faced challenges. Our businesses did. They were turned upside down. Families' lives were turned upside down. But I also saw some truly amazing feats from people and from businesses. When I look at frontline workers, I've always respected, however, how they performed, how they stepped up, and what they did, and the sacrifices they made. I have just an all-time high level of respect and admiration. I saw Wayne County in a different light. I saw businesses really reinvent themselves, not only in the products that they make, but how they make them, and the steps they took to keep their employees safe. I saw kindness and care that people showed to one another. I saw people work together and collaborate and support one another. So when you see these types of actions and interactions take place, and this happened in Wayne County, day in and day out, it's always going to lead to success. And for me, this was a year that I will truly remember. So with that, I'd like to introduce my 2020 chair, Andrew Dix.
First, I'd like to express my thanks for the opportunity to serve as WEDC's chairman this past year. A little over a year ago, we held our annual meeting as a full capacity live event. A potential pandemic was in the news, but not yet here. Incredibly, Gojo, the maker of Purell, was our featured speaker. What a hugely important year they've had in the realm of public safety. Soon after the event, the world changed. Some families lost loved ones. All businesses were impacted. WEDC reacted. We partnered with our area chambers of commerce to present a series of webinars. We held webinars to keep our businesses open and our employees safe, and also held webinars on the ever-important PPP funding. We also partnered with the Wayne County Commissioners to help distribute $500,000 to area businesses in need. I'd like to turn it over to Sue Smale for some comments on those efforts.
Thanks, Andrew. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Tom, for giving me the opportunity to talk about the Small Business Grant Program. In early 2020, the now infamous coronavirus reared its ugly head. On March 9th, Ohio had its first reported case, and on March 23rd, Governor DeWine issued the stay-at-home order. This order had many consequences, not the least of which was detrimental effect on small business. A couple of months later, there was word that funding would be available to the states via the federal government to help with COVID-related expenses. The commissioners were to receive $2.4 million in the first round of funding. Other municipalities, villages, and townships were to receive their own allocations. We heard that other communities were setting aside some of their monies to be given out in the form of small business grants. Summit County had received their funds much earlier and were well into the process when Wayne County received their first funds in June of 2020. The commissioners made the decision to allocate $500,000 to small business grants. We needed an entity to act as the administrator of this program and handle the paperwork. We asked Tom Pukish if his office would be willing to take on this task, and without hesitation, he said, yes, Kelly will handle it. I'm just kidding. I'm sure he consulted Kelly first. We worked with Kelly and Tom to compose an application and a list of criteria that were simple yet included required information. We decided to allow up to $5,000 in reimbursement to each qualifying entity and started reaching out to small businesses. We used the WEDC's constant contact list, newspaper, social media, radio, the 3 area chambers of commerce, email, and literally anything we could think of. We initially limited it to those businesses who had not received PPP or EIDL monies, but in the second round, we did open it up to those businesses as well. Any PPE-related expenses were reimbursed at 100% upon proof of receipt. In order to be reimbursed for payroll-related expenses or loss of business expenses, further criteria had to be met, such as it had to be a for-profit entity, less than $1 million in gross revenue, and it must have experienced a decrease in revenue for the period of March 1 through May 31st of 2020 as compared to the same period in 2019. Some eligible expenses were mortgage expense, rent or lease costs, and utilities. Now, while this all sounds pretty cut and dried, believe me, it was not. Some businesses thought that this was a loan program, so they didn't even bother to apply. Others thought it was too much work to complete an application. I cannot say enough good things about Kelly Hare and her attention to detail and her ability to dog these people to get their information. She spent hours and hours following up, asking for receipts, profit and loss statements, anything at all that could help the business be eligible for these funds. Kelly and I had many late evening phone calls discussing many different aspects and deciding if we had enough information for these individuals for them to actually qualify. She offered and actually did assist many of these businesses in completing the forms. She was available any time of day and most evenings to them. At times she was discouraged, we all were, that they would not do a little bit of work in order to be eligible for the grant dollars. But on the flip side, there were many, many businesses who were extremely grateful for the opportunity and assistance. We were able to help 23 businesses in the first round for a total of $110,239, but Kelly's work was not yet done. We alleviated the PPP and EIDL restrictions and went at it again. We had round 2 and round 3. Kelly was relentless in her pursuit of businesses and their paperwork. It was a sad realization as to how many small businesses do not keep good records and had no P&L statements. As long as they had some sort of receipts, they were allowed to submit the analysis in handwritten format. They also had to sign an attestation that what they were submitting was true and correct because all of these records are subject to state audit. Rounds 2 and 3 generated assistance to an additional 80 businesses, bringing the grand total of businesses receiving grants to 102 for a total of $488,688. This would not have been possible without the help of the WEDC and Kelly's perseverance. The commissioners are very grateful that the WEDC agreed to partner with us and for all of the work, diligence, and attention to detail by the WEDC and Kelly. Thanks for a job well done.
Thank you, Sue, and thank you, Kelly, for your hard work. COVID didn't totally define our year. We stayed true to our mission to help area businesses grow and to help attract new quality businesses to Wayne County. We also remained laser focused on key initiatives of workforce training, housing, and industrial park development. We finished 14th in the nation on economic strength for a micropolitan via Polycom And we also finished 7th in the nation for new projects and expansions via Site Selector magazine. WEDC remains strong, and I'm thankful for our public-private partnerships. Today, there is light at the end of the tunnel with the vaccine rollout, and Wayne County is poised for growth. I want to thank you for your support, and I want to wish the best of luck to Don Noble for his term as chairman. Thank you very much.
First, let me thank Andrew for chairing the WEDC in 2020. Thanks to your leadership and guidance through the storm that was 2020, the WEDC is positioned to make significant contributions to the businesses of Wayne County in 2021. I will be presenting Andrew with a small token of our appreciation in the near future. Thanks again, Andrew, for your time and talent during your term as WEDC Board Chair. I sincerely enjoy working with you and our team to ensure the WEDC is the best it can be. Second, as we kick off 2021, let me highlight just a few initiatives the board and the WEDC team are currently focused on. First, more collaboration with our partners as we increase our marketing efforts and workforce development initiatives. Last year, we submitted 2 commercial sites for authentication with the state of Ohio. One was the Worcester Innovation Park, and the second was the Rittman Industrial Park. Through this process of site readiness, we have seen significant leads and activity. We are currently assessing additional sites this year to go through the same process. This gives the WEDC a strong marketing advantage as companies seek out these shovel-ready sites. Our signature BizConnects program is in high gear, and we are strive to bring resources to existing businesses. Through this program, businesses receive insights on hiring channels, training initiatives, and various programs and services that Wayne County offers. If you have not had the chance to sit down with Kelly Hare, please reach out to her and she'll schedule an appointment with you either via Zoom or in person. In 2021, the WEDC will be very active in our outreach throughout Wayne County. We will be meeting with our Wayne County towns and villages to talk about incentive tools and resources that they can utilize to stimulate development within their communities. We'll be partnering with the county officials and our local chambers to get them connected. Third, I'd like to recognize the WEDC staff as they continue to be the rock foundation of our organization. Christy Harris is in her 2nd year with us and has been a great addition as she continues to take on more responsibilities, especially in our marketing efforts. Miranda Keister is currently going through the State of Ohio Certified Economic Development Program, and Kelly Hare is on her way to becoming a Certified Economic Developer through the International Economic Development Council. The knowledge and insight that they gain through these programs will serve us well as we strive to deliver high-quality professional services in our community. Finally, I'd like to thank Tom and the entire WEDC board for their continued work and guidance. It takes all of us working collaboratively to keep Wayne County and its local economic engine moving forward. Thank you to our partners and investors in the WEDC. Together, we are making a difference in Wayne County to be the great place to live and do business. Thank you for your continued support.
Thanks, Don. Thank you for your kind words, and I appreciate your service to the WEDC. At this time, I'd like to recognize, because I appreciate everyone who serves on our board, and I want to recognize a few of the outgoing board members for their contributions and their time and efforts. Sue Baker, Critchfield, and Johnston. Ron Amstutz, Wayne County Commissioner. John Fitzpatrick, Wayne County Farm Bureau. Bob Gessner, MCTV, and Justin Starlin, Worcester Area Chamber of Commerce. And I'd also like to recognize the incoming members of 2021 that'll be joining our board. Jeff Swartz, Seaman Corporation. Lindsay Schaup, Wayne County Farm Bureau. Ben Maybaugh, Worcester Brush Company. Becky Foster, Wayne County Commissioner, and Samara Zimmerly, Worcester Area Chamber of Commerce. So it's my pleasure next to cue up the video that we have for you. And special thanks to Clint Sprunger of CW Production and Design. Very talented guy. He supports a lot of local businesses. He's done a lot of work for us. Just does tremendous work. So I think you're going to enjoy this video. Here it is.
Yeah, my name's Kurt Steiner. I'm a partner in a dairy farm in northern Wayne County, Steinhurst Farms.
I'm Jeff Swartz. I'm the CEO of Seaman Corporation.
I'm Vincent Tricomi. I'm Vice President of Business Development with PFI Displays.
My name is Scott Dormeyer. I'm the General Manager for the Daisy Brand Worcester facility here in Ohio.
My name is Kevin Weldy. I've been with Tech4 going on 11 years. I'm the President and Managing Director of the Americas, which means I have US, Mexico, and Brazil.
Coming into March, things were looking very bright. We were up 30% to last year and forecasting even greater increases for the year. And then the pandemic hit and affected every aspect of our business.
The milk market was really strong coming out of 2019. We had a good quarter in 2020. We had a good outlook on things, and it just seemed like really quickly over one weekend, the food supply chain really stopped and changed.
It was uncertainty in its most extreme sense. You know, we had just gotten back from one of the largest shows in Las Vegas, and that following week, everything shut down. So we were in the midst of building trade show booths to go out on the road. We had customers calling us, telling us their shows were canceled. It was hard not to be reactionary. You know, we had to plan, we had to stop in the middle of construction or manufacturing, and everybody in manufacturing knows you don't stop, you can't stop.
Coming out of 2019, a strong year. The economy's strong. The truck market, which is our primary market, was strong. It's the first time that I've ever seen anything like it. You always have maybe a disruption in one product line or the other, but to have a complete shutdown in the auto industry was something unprecedented. It was very challenging for us, obviously, and we managed through it best we could.
You know, we were quickly able to adapt. We were set up from a technology standpoint to have people working remotely, and you know, fortunately, we were designated an essential business because we provide products to transportation industry, construction, and also the U.S. military. So we adapted relatively quickly. We kept our plants running, but we had to pivot quite a bit in terms of our expectations for the year.
So one of the opportunities we were presented with was to join with our supplier, our dairy supplier, Dairy Farmers of America, and help to make sure that we could keep milk flowing from farm to consumer, and also to be able to give product to food banks here locally. We worked with them to get sour cream and cottage cheese again to the Akron Food Bank, and received a lot of really positive feedback about it. You know, first of all, we have families and we have employees who work around the community, and it was a pride point for them to be able to see their products out there. The other one was, being able to contribute locally is helping here at home where it really matters. And the feedback we received was that they appreciated that in that time, kind of the true heart of a company comes out, and we think our employees enjoyed being a part of that, and we certainly did too.
You know, dairy's a 365, 7 days a week, 24-hour-a-day business. We're milking cows 20 hours a day here on our farm. And so, in one way, nothing seems to change it. You're just used to milking cows. On the flip side, we have our workers. We didn't want our workers to be exposed to somebody with COVID, so we had to do a real shutdown as far as letting people come onto the dairy. We really were careful who got to come on and who didn't, where they had been. So little things like that we took a lot of precaution to. Fortunately, we never had any issues with COVID in our operation, but we were very careful.
So after several months of working remotely, we decided to switch from a focus of wellness to well-being. And that focus was really to provide a broader context in terms of not just physical well-being, but all the other aspects of social and mental health as well. And what we found is we were giving people opportunities to do things like volunteering in the community or encouraging them to meet with a financial planner and some other things that affected also their social and financial well-being.
It's a family business, and it's a small business. And in every small business, you wear a lot of hats, and we always have worn a lot of hats. This was a matter of, hey, how do we all continue to do that? How do we find ways to connect the dots on being able to operate, number one, but number two, keep our people employed, and then number three, what can we do for our community? It's how do we contribute to their reopenings? We created a way with these temporary partitions and dividers that would let them bring their people in, be trained, and then rotate out for remote work and bring other people in. So we were facilitating the operations of other companies.
You know, one of our core values is mutual respect and trust. And through this process, we were able to build trust, not only with us, but also our communications with people. They knew we were very transparent. We always tell the truth. That's really the best way. But I think through this process, that openness, that better communication, and just throwing it out there for people to see in writing. It's not just a conversation you're having in a hallway, right? We're putting that out for everyone to see, and I think that's really brought this plant much closer, and we're seeing it in the performance, quite honestly.
From an outlook standpoint, we remain very positive about the future. We've got a great business, we've got great associates, large parts of the economy are coming back, so we're very encouraged about the outlook.
COVID is behind us, or at least it's fading, right? Not quite there yet, but we're going to come out of this stronger, quite honestly, and we have.
We're equipped now. You know, we've really adapted and learned how to make sure that manufacturing can stay running, and for the future, you know, we have a growth plan, and there's no reason for us not to be able to meet that program.
My grandfather relocated our company here in 1975. He always talked about the people, the politicians, the other business people, the way the community welcomed him and wanted him to be here. Over time, we also talked about our people, our employees, and what we're able to do in Wayne County that we don't think we could do anywhere else. And again, it goes back to having people that understand what it takes to make our customers successful, because that is the only way we succeed and thrive. And a lot of that is work ethic, a lot of it is intelligence, it's innovation. But our people are why we're here today. It's why we've been able to navigate the year that we have. And it's why I'm confident that, yes, as we get through this, we'll be here on the other side of it. Nobody hands you business. I think everybody knows that. You know, there's not a U.S. manufacturer that's has it easy. We're fighters. Our people are fighters, and we'll continue to fight.
Just awesome remarks. You know, I'm humbled when I hear, you know, from the leaders of our community. It makes you feel good. It makes you confident that we're in really good hands. And the thing is, we have so many great businesses all throughout Wayne County that have similar stories and how they became stronger and how they came through on the other side of 2020. So it's really exciting, and one of the great parts of my job is hearing these stories. So anytime I get the opportunity to share those stories, whether it's in a video format or in a public setting, I always seize that opportunity because these stories truly need to be told. So as we wrap up today, I do want to thank my board for all their hard work and dedication. Economic development is so important, and as I always talk, it's a team sport. Absolutely a team sport, and we all need to work together. It impacts all of us. But my board, they take their role serious, and they really step up, and they're always there to help. I always want to thank my staff as well. You know, I couldn't ask for better people to work with. Kelly, Miranda, Christy, they are professionals at the ultimate level. They're smart, they're driven, and they have a passion for making this community better. So I'm going to thank them. They're like family, and I can't thank them enough. I also want to thank our investors and stakeholders. Without you, once again, the WEDC economic development doesn't happen. And I want to thank you for your continued support. If you know me at all, you know I'm a guy that I'm a count your blessings type of guy. And I'm so grateful for everything that God has given me, the love and support of my family, the friendships that I cherish in this community. I never take those for granted. I appreciate what the community has given to me and the WEDC, and we never know what the future holds. But it seems no matter what life throws at us, it makes us stronger, it makes us better. And Wayne County is no different. We got better in 2020, and we have an unbelievable strong future for 2021 and beyond. So thanks again for tuning in today. I can't thank you enough, and I want to thank you for everything you do to make Wayne County a great place to live, work, and play.